Hello, hello everybody. How are you? Are you still energized? Yes? You sure? Okay, so my name is Isabelle. I'm coming from Brussels, and I am the ambassador for the membership experience in Europe, Middle East, and Africa for ICF, called the International Coach Federation. And before I start, I would love to know who in this room has experience with coaching. Who knows coaching? Okay, not that much. So it's very important for my presentation because, of course, we can go into the basics of what is coaching, and that's what I was actually a little bit intending to do. Or if you all knew about coaching, which would be a dream, we could go into other paths. But of course, it seems that you need to know what coaching is. And coaching is actually a profession. So before we enter this profession, there's one important message I need to give you, is that we have nothing to sell. The International Coach Federation is a non-profit association, and we are run by volunteering people. So all people, the 27,000 members of the ICF, are volunteering coaches who are dedicating their time and energy because they have a passion. They have a passion for a profession, and it's a profession that is non-regulated. So it means that when you're into a profession that is non-regulated, you need to be sure that it really goes with an ethical code, that it's done in a professional way, and that you do it with the right people. Because everybody can call himself a coach. So if you, beautiful lady, or you handsome man, decide tomorrow, oh yes, I would love to be a coach, and I put a coach on my window, nobody can tell you anything because it's not regulated. So you're not trained, you don't know what coaching is, but you can call yourself a coach. And you will see that coach is actually very trendy because you see coaching everywhere. You see coaching in the media, you see coaching on TV, on the web. Everybody call himself a coach. Okay, but what are you doing? Are you really a coach? Okay, you are telling me what to wear, you are telling me how to make up myself, what to do. Is that coaching? No, it is not coaching. And you're a coach, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's enter the coaching world. What is coaching? Professional coaching, and that's really important. ICF is doing and representing coaching in the world, except sports, because sports coaching is totally different. So we are speaking about professional coaching, business coaching, team coaching, everything that is related except sports. So what is professional coaching? First of all, it's a distinct service. And you need to be sure that you understand that coaching has nothing to do with therapy, with consulting, with mentoring, or training. It's a totally different profession. So ICF, or association, defines coaching as being a partnership with clients. And what do is that we're actually entering a thought-provoking process to help our clients maximize their potential, professional potential, but also private potential. That's what coaching is about. We help clients improve their outlook on work and life. We are improving leadership skills, but we are also unlocking their potential. We know that everybody's got potential, but sometimes the potential is locked because of cultural issues, because things that you've been brought up with when you were a child. So how can we make sure that we unlock this? Because we're all brilliant. So using a coach will really help you unlock this. And it was actually very, very exciting to hear about what you said, because coaching is a benefit that you can use within your companies. And we'll speak later on about the research, because we're investing a lot of our money in research, that the millennials, the new generation, is actually keen in getting coaching and is seeing coaching as a huge benefit because it makes them better and it makes them more brilliant. So what is a coach's responsibility? Well, a coach is responsible, first of all, to discover, to listen, to clarify, to understand what the clients want. That's really important. So you have various types of coaching. You can have one-on-one coaching. You can also have a company hiring a coach to help someone. Now, the funny thing about it is that, of course, coaching is to encourage the self-discovery of the coachee. But to be able to enter the coaching, you need to have someone that wants to be coached. That's very important. We're never going to force anybody to be coached. It needs to come from the person. So that's why we always say it's very important to choose your coach, to make sure that there is a match. You know, it's like not with Tinder and all these stuff, like you can just swamp and decide, oh, I like you, I don't like you. You need to meet your coach. You need to make sure that before you enter the process with your coach, you're going to see that there is a click, you know, the match, that it's going to work. Because if it's not working, if the click isn't there from the beginning, that's going to be very complicated. So we encourage the client self-discovery, and we elicit the client-generated solution and strategies. So that's the huge difference between a coach and a consultant or a mentor. A consultant, a mentor, will just analyze what's not working well, and it's going to come up with solutions. So it's going to tell you, okay, if you want to achieve this, you have to do that. Or a mentor will say, okay, I am experienced in that, so my advice to you is to do this and this and this. That's not what a coach is doing. The coach is never going to give you any solution. The coach will just enable you to find your own solutions. And that's the huge difference. And that's where people don't understand what coaching is. And that's why I'm so honored and proud to be here today. And hopefully you will get this message and understand better what coaching is. And of course, when you enter a coaching relationship, you also, as a client, what we call the coachee, you are responsible and accountable. It's not just about the coach, it's also about yourself. You are fully responsible for the success of the relationship. And of course, if there are any questions, we will be able to answer all your questions. So why do you use a coach? Well, of course, we don't have to tell you that the biggest companies are actually using a lot of coaching. And what we also see in the trends now is that it's not only about using an external coach or even using an internal coach, because coaching is about a mix. If you want really to have a successful coaching, you need to think about various paths. And we see that high well-renowned company use internal coach, but also external coaches. And what they start doing even now is just to train their managers to develop some coaching skills, just to enable them to have the tools to be better leaders. So this is actually the best mix possible you can have, is to have internal, external, and also your own managers who do not need to be fully trained as coach, but at least get the essence and the beautiful tools that will enable them to be the best leaders. So what coaching does is actually brings a shift in your corporate culture. It increases the productivity. Your people are more efficient. We also speak about better confidence. Self-confidence is very important. We also actually increasing the engagement. We have done a lot of studies, and I will speak about all studies, proving that coaching really makes the people more engaged. And we heard this morning about recruiting the right people is very important, but keeping them is also important. So if you give them the right tools to make them happy at work and to stay, it's also actually very important. So what coaching does is strengthen the leadership. The communication is enhanced because it really improves the listening mode. It's very important to start listening. That's what coaching is all about at the first stage. Listening is fine-tuned, and the whole organization becomes more effective. And you'll see that in some companies, coaching was at the very beginning only, like for the elite, for the senior top managers. But now we see that more and more companies are even using coaching for all the workers, because it works. And it can also be just a team coaching, but it really makes a difference. It really makes a difference in your corporation. So what I wanted you to see is, of course, we invest a lot of studies. We do studies with PricewaterhouseCoopers in the world and also the Human Capital Institute. We've just released one, which is the ICF Global Consumer Awareness Study in 2017. And what we see is that so far, 66% of the people know what coaching is. So it means that there's still a huge gap of 34% of people not knowing what coaching is or thinking they know what coaching is. Out of this 66%, 31% only, just 1/3 of these people who are aware, participated in a coaching relationship. But the good news is that out of this 31, 88% were satisfied with a coaching relationship. So that's for us the best signal that coaching works. So what are the benefits of coaching? Well, they're quite easy, and of course we cannot mention them all, but first of all, it's the fresh perspective on the personal challenges. It's the enhanced decision-making skills. It's very important when you have leaders that they are really able and enabled to do and make decisions. They have a greater interpersonal effectiveness, and they are having an increased confidence. What we also see is that the ones who are undertaking coaching are actually, they can also expect to be having a better productivity, satisfaction with life and work, and they actually also much better in attaining their goals. And that's what coaching is about, unlocking the potential. Make sure that your people will feel confident in their relationship with their workers. They will be better leaders with them, but they will also achieve their goals, because that's what it's all about, also achieving goals. So when we speak about the increased productivity, this is based on the ICF Global Coaching Studies. All these studies are also available for the corporate world on the global icfcoachfederation.org website. They are very beautiful tools, and actually they are very, very priceless. It's around $30 and $45 to get a full report, but it would probably help you understand why it's important for your companies to invest in coaching. And these are also, we can also help you at the booth if you have any questions. Diana is here from ICF Romania, so we're happy to answer all your questions about that, because I think we have like 10 or 12 available studies, so it's very impossible for us to speak about all the studies here, but we definitely encourage you to have a look at that. So what we see in terms of productivity, and before I actually mention the percentages, it's also very important to see that when we do these studies, it's not like a national study, it's a worldwide study, and mostly 30,000 plus participated in the survey. So we know that the figures are really accurate. So what we see is that 70% of the people improved their work performance. 61 improved their business management, 57 improved their time management, and 51 improved their team effectiveness. That's only when we speak about productivity. Good thing about coaching is that we also make people positive. Look at us, we're all very happy. So we want you to be happy as well. So positive people in your company is important because it's contagious. The more people are happy, the more the other ones around will be happy. It's normal. It's normal. If you have like a toxic leader, everybody will be afraid, not willing to go back to work. And if I hear my colleagues, if you don't have a great boss, you may be willing to quit a company. So if you have a boss that has coaching skills and is happy in his work and makes you happy, you have probably more chance to be very positive as well. So what we see is that coaching is building the self-confidence, and it helps the employees to face the challenges, and 80% feel an improved self-confidence, 73 better relationships, communication skills, and an improving life-work balance. Because also with that, coaching can help. We also see a lot of people struggling. How do I handle my private? How do I handle my work? I got too much work. Oh, I cannot handle priorities. How do I do that? That's what coaching can help you with. And we see the real results. Of course, your company, so you want to speak about the money. And when we speak about the money, we speak about return on investment. Now, we do not have exact figures on return on investment. I need to be totally honest. But the only thing we know from all the studies is that coaching generates learning clarity for everybody. And that the vast majority of companies, 86%, say that they had made their investment back. And when we look at the next slide, you will see that depending if you're a corporation or if you're an individual, the return on investment is a little bit different. But actually, from our studies, we've seen that the individuals say that they had 3.44 their investment back, whilst corporations even say that it comes up to 7 times. So it's really, I think, worth thinking. If you think about new benefits for your employee, for a better employer engagement, for a better positivity at work, better productivity and efficiency, think about coaching. So this is why we think that, coaching works, and why it works is just because, 96% indicated that they would repeat their coaching experience. And I don't think that you can send your people to training. Okay, they will learn something, great. Will they apply it? You don't know. Putting people into a coaching process will make themselves accountable. It's not about just sitting in a room while you're paying and you don't even know if they're going to listen. If you put themselves in a process with coaching, it's a totally different process. And you can also be involved in the process if you want. And I would love to know, how many coaches do we have here? Can you raise hands, the ones who are coached? Okay, so if anybody needs any information about coaching, I'm pretty sure that you can also help them understand what coaching is and how within a company you can also create a relationship between the HR managers, the people coached, and the coach. Now, we understood the coaching started 25 years ago and ICF is now existing for 21 years. That coaching was seen at the very beginning as a kind of a punishment. Like, oh my God, I get a coach, so it means that I'm not good. They want to get rid of me. So I need to be very careful with what I'm going to say to this coach because he could probably have consequences for me. Now it's totally shifted. What we've seen now is that people are asking it. They're asking for it, especially the millennials, because they know they are clever. They know that coaching can help them become even better year after year. So please, if you haven't thought about coaching yet, and if you're looking for new benefits, we may want to have a talk in the future, because coaching is really what is needed. So now, we can help you, as I told you. We're not selling anything, but we can help you. We can help you in implementing a coaching culture. And I know that our chapter here in Romania, who's also led by only volunteering, will be very happy to help you if you have any questions. So you can actually do it on your own, have a look on our website, have a look at all the studies we've done, but you can also just take a card or leave your card in the bowl we have there. This little bowl where you can put your business card at the booth. And these people, amazing coaches, will be in touch with you. And if they can help you in any way, and just trying to understand the steps you need to take to implement a coaching culture, I'm sure they will be very, very happy to do that. And of course, I invite you to go on our website. It's coachfederation.org/research or /coaching culture. You will see everything related there. Of course, why the ICF? Well, ICF exists since 1995. We have more than 27,000 members in the world, as I said, all volunteering. But what is most important is that we are the only one professional who are abiding to a code of ethics, who are just, practicing coaching in a professional way with trained coached. We give a lot of importance to what we call the independent certification and the program accreditation. So if you ever intend to enter a relationship with a coach, if I can just make you one little piece of advice, is make sure that you make searches, or you research on what training of your coach is. Where has your coach been trained? Was it a real coach-specific training? Or does he just pretend that he knows what coaching is? First, check on his training. Once you know he's trained, look at his experience. For how long have you been a coach? How many clients? It can always be helpful. When you've checked on that, ask him if he's part of an international association. Like the doctors, the lawyers, they all have their bodies. Coaches have their bodies too. That's what ICF does. When these people are joining us, not everybody can be a member with us. They need to have minimum eligibility requirements to become a member. We need to be sure that they are professional coaches first. So if you want to know if your coach is a professional one, you You can go on a website and check if they are members with us. And most of all, we also have the credential coach, and that's really what I would recommend for all companies, because that makes a difference between just the coaches, because there are hundreds, thousands of coaches, and the ones who are also putting themselves under pressure to go into a deeper level of professional development, of renewing themselves all the time, continuing development, being assessed by professionals in the world. And that's what the ICF credentialing is about. It's actually an independent process. So whenever you're a coach in Romania, in the United States, in Asia, wherever in the world, if you're an ACC, a BCC, or an MCC coach, you have the same value, you've gone through the same process, and we know that you have the same level of competencies. And I think that if you understand this message, the day you want to implement a coaching profession, then I know that my presence here was a blessing. So our values, they're very clear. It's integrity, excellence, collaboration, and respect. I will not read them all because I think you all get a slide deck after this event, and I'm conscious of time. But what we are doing is actually we're very active in developing the core competencies. We have set 11 core competencies. Who knows, maybe one day they'll get some more, but for now we stick to 11. We are establishing a professional code of ethics and standards. It also has a consequence for you, because all the ICF members have a bit into a code of ethics, but it also means that we have an ethical complaint review board. It means that anybody that enters a coaching relationship with an ICF coach has got a security that he can come back to us with a complaint if the relationship is not working well, if there is any ethical breach on the side of the coach. So these ICF coaches know about that, and because of that, we also know that they will practice coaching the best way possible. They will be excellent. We are actually having a recognized international credentialing program. If you want to know more, our coaches will be very happy to inform you about that, about the various levels. Being an ACC is, like a beginner. PCC is the professional one. The masters are really like the most experienced one, mostly have between 5, 10, 15 experience in coaching. We're setting the guidelines also for coach-specific training programs. So we actually accredit programs, not schools, just programs. So schools are actually giving specific training. We are able to accredit them as well. These programs are also sometimes able to be implemented in companies. And what we see actually also growing the last 2-3 years is that many big companies like Danone, like Nestle, like others, are even implementing their own accredited courses within the companies to train their employees themselves about coaching and the benefits. We are giving continuous education through world-class events, webinars, conferences, communities of practice for coaches. So we actually keep on developing our coaches. That's what we do for all members. And to give you a good example, we have a beautiful conference on the 26th of October in Bucharest, with 4 or 5 international speakers coming from Italy, UK, Greece. I will be there as well, so we're going actually much more deeper into coaching. So if anybody of you is interested about getting a glance of what coaching is, you're still very, very welcome to register. And I know that ICF Romania has even given some free entrances to this conference for the drawing today and tomorrow, so we definitely hope that you will enjoy this. We're running researches, so this is actually what it's all about. So we're a membership-based organization. We are non-profit, so we have to spend the money we get from our members. And one way of spending the money is investing in research. Investing in research to know the trends about the profession. We have the Thought Leadership Institute as well to train and actually make people more and more conscious about coaching and the benefits. And we are developing new offerings for organizations and corporations, like helping you building coaching cultures and stuff. We're expanding also, we have created some years ago the ICF Foundation, and the foundation is aiming at helping people with pro bono coaching actions to make sure that also countries where people have no money, no education, can definitely enjoy this. So ICF is really about giving and giving as much as we can to make sure that the message of coaching is received. And last but not least, we are creating alliances, and we are part of the Global Coaching Mentoring Alliances to make sure that we also have a word and a say. So whenever a country is about thinking about it, creating a rule about coaching or whatever, we want to make sure that we are part of the conversations, so that no government somewhere would decide that, oh, coaching is that and that and that, without even knowing what coaching is. So we are trying to do a lot of lobbying as well to make sure that people understand what coaching is. And yes, of course, that's what I said, I think earlier, the value of ICF credential. I think that it's very important to understand that, okay, you can do training, you're a coach, you've done your 150, 200 hours of training, but becoming an ICF credential coach is so much more than that. It's so much more than that, because not only you have to have this training, but we also ask you to prove your references. You need to prove that you have experience, and we are also going to audit your clients to make sure that what you say and what you reference is true. We're also going to assess you. We have assessors, which are mostly PCCs and MCC coaches. So you will be the coaches will be assessed verbally in written. So it's actually a very, very tough process, and that's what we're very proud about, all credential coaches. And what I can say is that out of our 28,000 members, we have reached and passed the 20,000 benchmarks last year of credential coaches. So it means that 2/3 of our members now are credentialed, and we hope that one day all our members will be credentialed. And of course, yeah, the recognition of excellence and customer satisfaction. We know out of a study that ICF credential is considered to be important for the consumers of coaching. So as I said, make sure that whenever you want to think about coaching, to be in touch with the right people. Don't be, blind by all these people who can speak well and say, I want to change your life, I'm committed. Coaches are no gurus. It needs to be very clear. Coaches are no gurus. So please come and visit us. Our stand is over there in the coffee hall, and make sure that to meet us, ask any questions you have. If you have no time to do it here, take our cards and contact us. We are very, very pleased to help you. Thank you.